Jay Nicholas, Chris Daughters at the Caddisfly. We are tying on an Alec Jackson Steelhead iron hook. These are elegant, nice heavy wire. We're tying a, it's a Spey style fly called the Coastal Blue. And this is a fly, it's a fairly neutral, and it uses colors that are just about irresistible to steelhead. Winter and summer. This is a pretty big fly, tied on a size 3. I'm using Arctic foxtail, and all this preening I'm doing, I'm taking out most of the guard hairs and some of the under fur, and I want a nice blue tuft for the tail. And I like to tie this fly with my thread just a little bit back from the point of the hook. And I'm going to edge, first of all I'm going to tie this fox tail forward. That makes a nice even base for the body. 2 strands on the far side of the tail. Doubled over. 2 strands on the near side. I'm going to tie in, I really like Lagerton oval tinsels. The uni oval is very nice as well. So I'm going to dub on a body here, and this body is it's a dark purple, and I have created a blend here that is some purple STS and some black STS and a little bit of steely blue and silver ice dub. And there's a little chunk in the middle there. Let's see how we can manage that. You could use dubbing just straight out of the package too, and that would be just fine. I like to throw some of these concoctions together, give it a little bit of individuality. And you throw in the steely blue and the silver, and that little hint of extra sheen is nice. There's our tinsel rib. I'm going to rough this body up just a little bit. My dubbing brush. This is an unweighted fly. You could throw on if you wanted to, you could throw on a bead, a tungsten bead right here, or you'd actually put it on the hook first, but it would be right about here. For hackle, I like the idea of Spey-ish flies. I could use a black hackle here. This is a Whiting Coq de Leon saddle feather, very nicely modeled. It is really evocative of the idea of Spey flies. Fairly long. I'm folding my hackle there, tied in by the tip, and yeah, I know this is repetitive. I'm so sorry. When you tie a hackle in by the tip, you're going to have your longest, webbiest hackle or barbules at the forefront of the fly. And you see I put quite a few turns on there. That gives this fly a nice bold profile. Flowy, wiggly. I'm going to use white Arctic fox tail fur for my wing. Not Arctic fox body hair, because it just doesn't have the fullness that you need. Take out quite a bit of the under fur. Now I want this fairly full wing. That looks about right to me. Arctic Fox ties in really nicely. It compresses really well, so it will stay right where you want it. I'm going to put a topping of 2 strands of, if I can get them, 2 strands of Pearl Crystal Flash far side. 2 strands of Pearl Crystal Flash near side trim. I love the rotary function of this vise, and there are times when I just use it like a regular vise. So, get ready. You're about to see something marvelous. Clear Cure Goo. Forget your epoxy, just the tiniest little dab, and I'll put it forward. Don't want to get it in the eye of the hook, and I just rotate that till it comes.
This is the hydro.
This is the thin, the hydro. And I've got that turned just a little bit.
And you can
Is that enough, Chris?
Well, it is, but you don't have to spin it necessarily. Just if you just spin it around, there you go.
I could go like.
Well, don't shine it in your eyes. Don't shine it in your eyes.
Oh, okay, okay.
There you go. Perfect, perfect. That's done. That's cooked.
Okay. So, nice glossy head as though you had used epoxy, but we didn't use epoxy. It's nice and firm. There you go. Coastal blue.